All right, welcome to Twinning Out
I'm
Loud.
so proud of us.
I am.
We've been talking about this for probably almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a while. Look at us doing the thing. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We have to stop saying stuff at the same time.
Why? Just like our shirts, we're twinning.
Oh, yeah. For colored shirts, we did not mean to both wear black today. It just kind of happened. I guess that's just the vibe for today.
Yeah, I just show up and then it happened to be that Mariah had the same shirt and I was like, hey, look at us.
Yeah, love it. Love it. But yes, welcome to Twinning Out Loud. I am proud of us. But today we're going to go into...
Our birth stories.
We're getting juicy. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to kick us off? How was it? We went through how it was finding out we had twins. We've gone through a couple of the tantrums, fun stories. Mm-hmm. Now, how was it when you actually had those babies?
Well, as we've said, and if you're a twin mom, whether you're pregnant now or had, you're high risk, so you're very followed. So probably around, I'd say 30-ish weeks. They gave me my date and they were like, you're going at 38 weeks as long as you make it. But everything was going well. Unlike my daughter, she had to come extra early and she wasn't even a twin. Yeah. And then I honestly think these babies would have cooked. I think they would have went 40 weeks, but thank God they did. So I was pregnant over 2024, and I swear it was the hottest summer I've ever experienced.
It was hot. There's a lot of heat waves. I remember that.
Yes.
Yep.
So I was miserable. I wanted to be inside. Of course, my daughter wanted to be outside. So I just could not wait for that date. So I did make it to 38 weeks, scheduled C-section because my daughter was a C-section. For safety, out of precaution, they advised they did another C-section. I know that there is doctors who will do a VBAC, but being 2.5 years between them and twins, they advised me not to. So they said that there could be complications after the first if I did a VBAC, and I'd end up getting a C-section for the second.
Anyway, yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm not recovering both ways. No, not happening. So the C-section went well. Both the babies were born 2 minutes apart. I know that in our intro, kind of babbled that, went back and checked. 2 minutes.
Spot on.
Yeah. So 2 minutes apart. I was in recovery for I think a total of probably 2 hours until I got most of my toes wiggling and all, and then they could take me back to my room, and that's tough. The hardest part is you see them in the operating room. Aww. And then they're gone, and you don't get to see them. And for twins, if you have a C-section, you don't actually go to the regular operating room like I did for my daughter.
Oh, I didn't.
They have a special one connected right to the NICU. For any hospitals, I guess, that have a NICU. So I delivered where there was a NICU, and that's where my daughter was in. And it's a smaller room than the operating room, regularly.
Oh, interesting.
When they brought me in, I was kind of oh my gosh, there's so many people and this is such a small room. So it was a little overwhelming.
Oh.
But there's extra people because there's 2 babies. And then, you have your anesthesiologist and my husband couldn't be there for my spinal or anything, but I just felt the room was so small and so different than my daughter's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't get to see the boys again for a few hours, and that was awful. But my husband was with them and they were doing fine, thankfully. And honestly, my nurses were great. So when I was in recovery, I'd ask for an update and they would call down and they'd get me an update. When they did weights, they called back and let her know so that they could tell me. And I think it was really sweet. So twin A was born and they laid him on me and kept him on me while twin B was born. Yeah. But when twin A was born, he cried, but I don't know, it was just your normal birth cry. Mm-hmm. But when twin B was born, he shrieked. He was so loud and he could have cleared a room.
Oh, wow.
And the second they laid him on me, he stopped.
Calm down.
Immediately. And they both were just calm on me. And I feel I only got to be with them for such a short period.
Yeah.
Because then they have to take them and stitch me back up and all that. So I was kind of sad about that, but I loved, and I can still remember the screech that came out of him and him just stopping when they laid him on me. And I got a picture with twin A, just him and I, and like
That's
Gary.
cute.
But then when they put twin B down, we had both of them. So I never really got one with just B.
Aww.
I look back at that. But at the same time, like, you're not thinking about that.
Stuff's moving so fast.
Yeah. And it honestly, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I did get
Yeah.
one, like just us with, I guess at that point, I was only a mom of 2.
Yeah. Oh, true. I guess I never thought of it like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he still has a loud scream
And
when he cries.
they had NICU time?
They did not.
Did not. Okay.
No, so they did. Twin B had to go back because he was having a hard time stabilizing his temperature.
Mm-hmm.
But they put him under the lamp for like an hour or so, and he was fine after that.
Good.
So he didn't have to actually stay. They did monitor them in the nursery even overnight, just in case of anything like that. And then twin A, actually, who was bigger, he was 6 pounds 11 ounces, and then twin B was 5 pounds 5 ounces.
Wow.
So twin A, who was bigger, was actually the problem child for eating. He wouldn't, like, he was not gaining weight. He was losing. So we almost had to stay, and he would be in the NICU. They kept us an extra day just to monitor his eating. He had dropped almost 10% of his body weight.
Oh, wow.
So you would think the bigger twin
Would
have
yeah.
been fine, and they actually said it's usually opposite. The bigger twin didn't have to fight in the womb as hard. So twin B was little, like he was a fighter, and he took to his food like nothing. And then twin A was like, no, I didn't have to work for this. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to continue to work for it.
It's like, why? Just give it to me.
Yeah, but the best part was that the NICU nurse that we had for my daughter was still there when the boys were born, and she happened to be the day that they both ended up like having to be checked for the eating and then like the being too cold. And she came back to the room just to visit, and my daughter was there at the time, and she goes to nobody, and I mean nobody. She went right to her like she knew her.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out Colleen, because you are the best.
Angel in the NICU.
Yeah. Colleen, you saved me like from so many like stressful moments with her, and then knowing that you were down there with the boys just like put me at peace.
That's so cute.
And she even would say like, let me know if you need anything, literally anything. And she was just a doll. But my daughter does not go to strangers, so it's not like stranger danger for sure. And she went right to her like she knew her.
Wow.
Yeah. So my daughter was 20 days in the NICU, where the boys didn't even have any, thankfully, NICU time.
It's amazing.
But yeah, so shout out all the NICU nurses, because you guys are definitely angels.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I guess we were in the hospital for 4 days, just because that extra day with twin A not eating or not maintaining his body weight. But then after that, I was able to finally take babies home with me.
Good.
Yeah, so that was the first time I got to leave the hospital with a baby.
That's crazy. Oh, and you do hear so many, especially twin moms. I know everybody goes through this, even if singleton, but like you especially hear twin moms, how many need NICU time and like how long they need NICU time. So it's really nice to hear that that was not the case here.
I know, and I was so scared because I didn't want to relive that.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely something that goes through your mind as like PTSD. Not that it was a bad experience for my daughter or me, but like emotionally it was.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody was nasty to us or it wasn't a bad experience.
No, it's just hard for you to not take home your baby. It's
Especially
really
being
hard.
the first time mom.
Yeah, the first time mom. Yeah.
Oh, I cried all the time. We would have dinner and I would just break out in tears.
Yeah.
And Gary'd be like, what's wrong? And I'd be like, I just wanted her home. Or like I was looking at something of hers and it would just spark like she should be here. And you know, people will tell you like she's gonna make it, so like, you know, you're really upset about nothing. And I'm like, but
your baby's not home with you, and like all the 9 months were about that, and then being home with you, and then they're not home with you, and then especially parents with twins, and then if they had a toddler beforehand, now you also have that kid at home. If the twins were to be in the NICU, you had that toddler at home. And now your twins, you would have to figure out who to go see. Like, that's hard.
yeah, absolutely.
If parents go through that, which lucky you did not. But like that first kid, I don't know how you did it.
I look back and I'm not sure either. I know I had a lot of breakdowns, like any mom would, but it was not easy.
Yeah.
But I know you didn't have an easy twin pregnancy, so why don't you tell us about yours?
That birth story, if it was like the never ending, I felt like I was never ending in labor. So Parker, my first, super easy. She did not have NICU time. We went at 39 weeks, very by the book. twin pregnancy. Again, I already told you how much it rocked me throughout it, but then I was 32 weeks pregnant. And I woke up and I was like, I think I'm having contractions. And I went to work. I was working. And I texted Tom and I was like, I think I'm having contractions. You need to come here. So then I called the doctor. They're like, you need to come in. So I just went in. We thought it was going to be nothing. Just maybe like Braxton Hicks or whatever. And again, it was the doctor who has seen me the whole pregnancy, who knew me since I was a teenager. I was lucky to get her again that day. She just happened to be there. She's like, I was nervous when I saw your name on the schedule. Let's check out to see what's going on. She's like, it's probably fine. She checked, and like, before she told me the news, she came up and held my hand and she's like, you're going to go to the hospital. You're 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. Don't worry. Like, the babies are 32 weeks. They're in a good spot, but we're going to send you to... She's like, that's what that hospital is built for. So she sent me. I just started like tearing and she's like, can I hug you? And so we hugged and I just was like tearing. So we went back, got all this stuff. I called my mom. I was like, we're coming over. We're going to bring everything for Parker. Do you mind picking her up from daycare today? And we have to go to the ER. So we do that. We make it to the ER. And they already have my room. They already got the room ready because the doctor called ahead. They gave me the drugs to try to stop the labor, all of that fun stuff. They also gave me steroids to help the baby's lungs. So yeah, everyone was like 85% sure I was going to deliver that day. It was progressing, but then thankfully, I mean, I was emailing work telling them that basically I had to stop working, blah, blah, blah. I went on to short-term disability based on my doctor's orders. And then, yeah, I was there for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I did not, they were monitoring me every day. I still had when twins, you have the two,
Yep.
the two things monitoring the babies. I was still the same amount dilated. I think I made it to 5 centimeters dilated fully, like not 4 or 5, it was 5. And yeah, I just was there for 2 weeks and, Tom was driving back and forth both those 2 weeks. It was Parker's second birthday. So they let us have like just our parents, because Tom's parents were home. They had moved to another country, so they came home and we had cake and food in the courtyard for Parker's birthday. I had still had like my IVs in and she's like, Mommy, what's that? And my mom and dad were amazing. They brought Parker every day. So Parker stayed with them every day. They brought Parker every day because I was losing it. Like, the nurses were amazing. The doctors were amazing. They kept me calm. But yeah, my parents were awesome. They held down the fort, kept her every day, took her to daycare, and then brought her to see me every day because I would not have been able to do that.
I remember seeing the pictures of her birthday.
Oh, yeah, at the court. Yeah. That was hard. That was like, and Tom would come back every night and spend the night with me. Because it was lonely. I mean, even with rock star nurses and rock star doctors and like your village bringing your daughter, like you're just missing being home.
Yeah, it's not your environment.
Yeah. I remember I went home the one night because I said, I think I'm fine. And they gave me the okay. They were like, okay, like if you really think, they're like, we don't advise it. And I was like, it's been like over a week, nothing's happened. So I tried to go home. I was back within an hour. My contractions were 3 minutes apart. I was back within the hour. They're like, we got you a different room with a better view. And the doctor that night thought I was going to deliver. Like, I was 3 minutes apart.
Like your stress level changed because you like got home and you felt like comfortable enough to like.
I didn't even make it back to my house. I made it to my parents' house to get Parker. And I was like, crap. I'm like, I have to go back because at that point I was only 33 weeks. So if it was going to move quick. Yeah. Whatever it was going to be fast. So yeah, so I went back. I was there for another week. And then they finally like, you're at a safe point where we think you can be discharged and hopefully you make it to your induction date. So I got discharged, made it home. I was on bed rest. I couldn't really do anything, but I was just happy to be home and be with Parker. And like, even though I couldn't do anything, I was with her and back at home and in my element. Made it to my induction date. So 36 weeks in a day, made it to that date. It was my doctor's son's birthday too. So it was just a perfect date. Walked in, got Dunkin' for them, all the nurses and doctors, because they're great. I do want to say a special shout out to Lauren and Dr. Pugh, because they were my dream team, and I said that to them.
Aw.
So, like, they were just my dream team. I couldn't have asked for a better team. And there was plenty of other people there, too. I know you guys were all amazing. But, yeah, made it to the day. Got induced, but she checked me before she did that. I was 7 to 8 centimeters dilated just walking in for my induction.
What a rock star.
It just was, it was good. And not a lot of people can say that about twin deliveries, and I know that. So, like, I just feel really lucky. They delivered me in the operating room. I was going vaginally. They delivered me in the operating room just in case, because what you said, just in case the baby flips. I was delivering twin A, and they were nervous if baby B flipped, they'd have to do a C-section. So that was the risk. But yeah, delivered. I think I pushed for a minute each, and they were 4 minutes apart. So it was so so fast, like, and like you said, they put baby B on my chest, pushed, had baby B on my chest, baby A on my chest, and then I was still pushing for baby B, and then they put both of them on, and it was
It's real, right?
unbelievably real. And Tom actually took a video. Like, you can't see anything in the video. It is not like that. He's like back here, but he took a video of it, and it was just, I'm so happy that I have that video, because it was so surreal and everything went so fast. Like, she was like, their heads are here, we have to go. So they rolled me to the operating room. Everything was so quick. And yeah, I mean, twin B was 4 pounds 15 ounces, twin A was 5 pounds 8 ounces. No NICU time. Twin B was close to NICU based off her weight, but they didn't have to take her there, so I felt really lucky, and
awesome.
Got to go into the room with us, and it was really good. But and it's funny, the doctor that I keep mentioning, her husband's a Liverpool fan, which is soccer, and Tom is a huge Liverpool fan. So they took a picture in the room with, like, Tom's shirt was Liverpool, and she was there, and, like, the babies were there, and I was there. So it was really cute. Liverpool actually posted it. It's a soccer team. He sent it in, and they posted it on one of their games.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's all really fun. It was actually as much as those 2 weeks sucked, and then, like, obviously it being a month, so, like, from preterm labor to when I delivered, like, that was a really hard month, but, like, I'll take that any day, because the birth was so uneventful, like, in the best way. Like, I'll take that.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, those 2 weeks were rough. You could see I was tearing here, but, like, those were hard, especially because the toddler factor. Like, I just missed Parker, and so yeah,
it's like and when you start thinking about it, even like when I really go back into like my first with NICU time, it just like brings you back to that like place of hurt. Like, it's not a hurt that you are, it's an emotional hurt. It's something that you like can't unfeel or undo. And you never want anybody to go through that. And when you do, it just like hits hard, especially like anytime you talk about it.
Yeah. And I feel like, because I do see posts of like, oh, our last, like, this is a family of 3, and I'm like, I barely got my last weeks with her as just her being an only child, because I was there. So again, everybody in my life, they deserve so much for being my rock story in that, because as like being a strong person, that was definitely a very vulnerable spot for me. And yeah, I was going crazy. I think I was going a little cuckoo.
I mean, whether you have a singleton or twins or 3 like us, it takes a village no matter what. Because you never know like what's gonna happen. I mean, with my daughter, I had to start getting like checked. I had to get tests starting at 25 weeks, I think it was, to see if I was going to go into labor within the next 5 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I remember like every time I had an appointment, I was texting like my parents and Gary's parents just to like give them like an update. And so she was supposed to be a February baby. She was born in January. She was 4.5 weeks early. And I remember I went in because I was bleeding a little. And they were like, you're not going to have Thanksgiving with your family. Like, you're going to be in the hospital until you give birth. And I didn't even know what to do. Yeah. They said if the swab comes back with anything, even a little bit of like whatever they were looking for, like you got to be admitted. And I prayed so hard. I was like, please just let everything be okay. Like, let me get through Thanksgiving. And then of course you get through Thanksgiving, and I'm like thankful that I got through Thanksgiving. But I was like, But now I want to make it through Christmas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm so thankful that I even made it to January, but every appointment was like...
Holding your breath.
Yep. And sending out that text after that, like, I'm making it. I'll make it. You know, unless you're going through it, it's not, like, nobody really understands. Yeah. They're just like...
It's hard, and you get in this spot where you don't want to overshare either. Like, you tell your people, but then, like, a couple of my friends would be like, I remember I was in there for a week and I didn't tell any of my friends. And then I guess I sent a Snapchat or something. They're like, are you in the hospital? And then I like finally told them. But yeah, there's like only a couple people that I told just because like you don't know what's going on. And it's really hard to, I don't know, like keep that many people updated or overshare like that. Like it was really hard at least for me to do that. But I wish I would have.
Yeah.
Because then your support would have been there. I had a great village. That's not it. It was that people would have known what you were going through, but I also wanted to keep people from that as well. Like I didn't want to I don't know what it was. I don't know.
There's a lot of like stories that I feel like there's things that you want to share, but you just feel like you got to keep it close to the chest.
Yeah, I didn't want to like inconvenience them. I know any of my friends would have dropped what they were doing to be there, so I was just like, I'm not gonna like blow up anybody's life just yet trying to figure stuff. And you are scared too. You don't know what's happening. No. So like at that point I was just trying to keep the babies in so it like diminished our time for NICU.
I mean, if we want to make light now of the situation, I can let you know what happened with Gary after I delivered the twins.
Uh-oh. So, what the heck happened to Gary?
This man decided to play basketball 2 days before.
This is when... Oh, okay, yep.
2 days before I knew that we were going in for my scheduled C-section. Of course, it could have happened before, but he knew the date. He goes and plays basketball. And he already has joint issues, so he knows that when
Gary's getting old, by the way.
Yes. So at a very young age, he has psoriatic arthritis. And he knows when he plays basketball that usually something blows up. Well, within 24 hours, his knee was ginormous and full of fluid. Then he had to drive me to the hospital the day of, and he can barely walk. He had his knee like wrapped up in an ace bandage, like trying to keep it like compressed. The night I had the twins, so I had them at like 8:30. I think it was like 8:28, 8:31 or whatever in the morning. That night, while I have twins in the room in a C-section, so I can barely get up on my own. He's like, I have to go down to the ER. I need to get my knee drained. I was like, excuse me. I was like, I'm trying to recover from
what?
And this man decided to play basketball, knee filled with fluid, and had to get into the ER. One of the nurses still remembers us because of that.
You hear nurses, like delivery nurses specifically, things that husbands do and say. Mm-hmm. That needs to be made like a TikTok video or something. Yeah,
down to the ER. I was like up in the room alone. Eventually, I had to call the nurse to like take the twins to the nursery because I couldn't keep getting up and down with them because
you just got a C-section.
Yeah. So they had to take them back to the nursery until Gary came back up to the room, which was after midnight. Oh yeah, I was not happy.
Oh my god! And we will do an episode where we have our husbands on, so you get to meet them.
Meet the faces behind the names that we complain about.
Share all your comments about them because they'd love to hear.
Oh yeah. They're gonna eat it up, especially Tom.
He loves it. Oh my god, the amount of time he spends on like TikTok or something while he's shitting is so annoying.
I say like Gary doesn't TikTok, but he's on Instagram on like the reels.
Yeah, okay.
Say the same thing. Like, Gary will be like, I don't know what TikTok is. I don't use TikTok. I'm like, you literally.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
But yeah, it's always like phone grab, and actually, he gets home from work. And I'll be like, see you in 20. Like, I know, there's just...
I just yell to the kids, I'm like, where's your dad? And then all I hear is the flush. Anytime I say, where's your dad? Then I hear the flush. He knows
it's the end. He's got to finish up. I know.
I know exactly where you are. I'm just fucking outing you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And our girls don't care. They'll open the door right on you while you're going.
Oh, yeah. But he locks the door. We're like, moms, we don't really do that because we don't have that choice. Because if something's going down, like, we got to be like...
Oh, I dare him to lock the door. I'd secretly probably unlock it, I think.
Yeah. I only found out he locked it because my daughter tried to open it.
Oh, no. He locked it.
But she ended up locking the door then when she went to the bathroom and couldn't turn the handle fully to get it unlocked.
Oh, no.
Or no, she actually... she pooped and she needed somebody to wipe her, so she couldn't reach over to the door to open it. And we had just changed all of the doors upstairs and all the handles. So there was only like 2 of the things to poke the door to get the lock. But now all of the ones that are upstairs were different than the doors that were downstairs. So the ones that we had, I assumed,
Oh
got rid of.
no.
So he was like going to find drill bits to fit into the door. It was a mess. Don't lock the doors.
Yeah,
Teach your
just
kids how to
don't.
lock the door.
Oh, Kennedy always locks the door on herself. I'm like, all you have to do is turn it to undo it. Granted, we could probably undo it, but I'm like trying to teach them.
Yeah.
And she does. She unlocks it, but I'm like, God.
Oh, the other night, she did it after we put her down for bed, and she came out, of course, at the top of the steps in the hallway, and we still have a monitor in her room, so like I could hear, I couldn't hear her anymore, and she was talking. So I was like, So I went over to the steps, and she was at the top of the steps, and she had some ridiculous request before bed, like I need water, or, just to
doesn't want to go to sleep. Yes.
So I was like, you're fine. Please go back in your room. I've already tucked you in like 3 times. I'm done.
Yeah.
You do it. She locked the door, but I didn't know because I was downstairs. Gary went to get her up in the morning and couldn't open the door. And her reasoning was, I didn't want brothers coming in. And my boys can't reach.
In the crib. I don't want brothers coming.
Yeah. My boys can't get out of their own crib, thankfully. And they cannot reach a door.
That's
so
hilarious.
They're not getting in. That was her excuse. Toddler excuses.
This is going to be interesting because I have all girls, so it's like you might as well just, the house is open for anything. The girls, like, there is no privacy. They don't want privacy. It's all of us. We don't care. But I'm interested because she has 2 brothers and she'll be the only girl. So it's going to be fun to see how this goes when she's growing up.
Yeah, well, I mean, my nephew, those 2 do everything together, and there's no privacy.
They're brothers.
I guess.
And as they get older, there's going to be.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Parker, whenever there's a boy in now, she's always like privacy. She always, like, if she's getting changed, it's always behind a door. So it's going to be interesting when they're older.
Yeah.
At Lainey's age, she wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Well,
they're a year apart, right?
A year apart, I think, yeah. So yeah, it would have been a little...
Yeah.
We'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But we did want to give you guys, like, our birth stories.
Yeah.
And we know that not all of them are, as positive birth stories, but we both had our issues getting to that spot, whether it was with my first or with the twins. So there's always support out there.
Always something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's always something, whether it's 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's never ending.
So, yeah, we know all birth stories aren't the same, but we'd love to hear yours. And we hoped ours helped somebody, even if it didn't. This was our experience.
Having peace of mind that you can go in and be 4 centimeters and not have like your twins until 36 weeks. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of clenching. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, that was hard. Everyone's feelings are valid. So if you need to talk at all, let us know. But yeah, that's our story. We hope it helps. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Twinning Out Loud.
Thanks. Bye.